start. Greetings to you. Of course, I published a lot about mind control gangs, but I want to show you something that I choose clips or pictures. Perhaps only specialists in mind control will know what they mean by meanings or victims and who have experience and knowledge in this field. That what I publish also indicates either symptoms or methods of gangs, and, of course, I do not have any other intention either. I want to reveal these silent massacres against the Iraqi people, in which mind control weapons are used by a family of dirty mind control in Iraq, and this is their devil leader who did not appear for decades, but only he appeared when the international forces liberated Iraq to claim to be a prophet, and not he sent him to be against the United States and European countries. Topic 1. I have something for victims of the choice type, and they're the worst kind of victims at all. I think this talk was talked about by many, but I have some repetition of it, and I want to focus on that. The victim must know that it is nothing inside this gang, and whatever I do you will not get anything but harm, only for nothing else. I also want to add something, which is that the victim first will feel that she is in another world and she thinks that she got a treasure, for example, and finds extraordinary respect for her, but after a while she will be exposed to harm here. This gang, first of all, is because there are two groups in this gang. One woman claims to be a friend, or she is the group of adults. This is always the first to deal with the victim, and after a while the game begins and enters the second group, which represents the ill treatment, and here the victim begins by declaring that she was harmed cause of this. First, there are amendments or decisions made by the devil, leader of this gang, which is he made a group of morally degenerate and homosexuals in a position, or gave them half of the organization or the gang, and they became exactly the same as the group of adults. The second wants to eliminate adults in order to remain only, and this is inside Iraq, meaning that every child or son will lead to his older family than him in order to remain only, and the reason is that he is programmed with mind control and does not feel any emotion or feeling while his family, for example, they have this, and although they are in the same gang, but they have months with him. Of course, this is an internal affair of this gang and a bad model that cannot be seen or. Topic 222. Or consider it a model. Of course, as I said, I am just a very simple person inside Iraq, and I do not represent anything in the circumstance in which I am inconceivable, and I am not a role model for any person or symboling. There is no fool imitating me inside Iraq. I mean, this demon plays with this gang. This is a time that makes them senior and young, or wants a country and city, or swears by them. What is important to me is that the victim will be just a ball between the feet of this whole gang, and it is only a slave to them, as they are the one who makes the second group hurt with it in order to be controlled or directed to become a slave to one of the members of the first group. Also, as I said earlier, they take advantage of her name and give her a position or mercy, and she does not know him at all, and then they expel him from it, and she also does not know in Iraq a situation like that. Difficult because this gang is the one who controls everything inside Iraq, so that even if I change the place of her residence also, it will not be useful for anything but the waves everywhere. I want to add something about the actions of this gang in Iraq, which is a dirty method of making money through mind control. Like everyone who has hatred against another person who goes to them, and they will kill the person or be completely overthrown, and of course, in exchange for other money, they are doing diseases of people, and then they make the treatment of these in their hand. They also use their advanced technology is to spy on anything like school exams and other questions or something else. Slavery is enslavement. Of course, there is something dirty that they do that resembles a person that causes discord between people. For example, the victim is a person and may speak about someone but without intent, or have friends and maybe they talk about another person. Here the gang informs that person about who he spoke against, thus there will be discord and problems through espionage.
Wherever I go, it torments me. I mean, I'm 8 years old and I'm full of stupid face and this happens. I wish I could go back to that day. I would have listened to my mum. I'm sorry guys, I shouldn't be here, this is a mistake.
I'm so sorry I'm late, guys.
Topic 4. Rather, the most bad of this is that they read his thoughts, and even if he thinks badly about another person, they go and say to him, and much more than that, they are the ones who impose ideas on him or dreams. For example, then they go and say that he thought about this, noting all these actions cost billions of dollars while people, and some of them the victim, until suffering poverty, unemployment and hunger. But although it seems very strange, but it is the case in Iraq, quite similar to the camel that carries on his back gone, but he is eating thorns. These Iraqi money is in the hands of a demon family who made himself a prophet and has a homosexual person who works as a security agent, and he who has weapons for mind control. This is like a demon that does all kinds of evil and spends it many dollars on this without opening his mouth with anyone. On the contrary, this dirty family may consider him a hero because he will solve the problem of the poor, and that when he eliminates them with weapons for mind control. This model is very, very mold that I hope will end in all countries of Europe and America. I have spoken very much, and all of this is because of my concern for the safety of every citizen in Europe and America, because I know what this evil devil wants, that he wants to tear society apart. He says that God told him to be against the United States of America and European countries. Do you know that I am very hurt when I hear a victim speaking against an army or security in her country, or hear that she says if she is doing this? Note that the harm by mind control is not the only way the gang does, but it is only one of the methods. Thank you very much, and very sorry to prolong the conversation. No, of course, nothing will help but to completely isolate this devil in Iraq. He is also a terrorist. All European countries and their friends should cut off any connection to this organization. Terror in Iraq and not depend on any person or party thereof or make someone represented in it. Of course, I live in Iraq and there is a lie from this devil. You say that he has a committee within his gang that claims to represent America and European countries, and these are the ones he chose, and they know the laws of him and their records in his hand only, and he is the one who controls them. And this dirty game in Iraq is intended first of all to make himself as a prophet and every party mystic from represent or to hear directions from him. Second, he takes advantage of them to make them bridges that he can send to these countries so that he can do evil. Thirdly, which is to make them a trap inside Iraq so that the friends of America and European countries think that this committee is really representing these countries and they are organized to them, and then find themselves falling into the trap. Then this is only a committee affiliated with this devil, only this trap that I have always warned against after I confirmed myself that it is just a trap inside Iraq only. Of course, this organization is terrorism and it is not sacred at all, and it is the cause of harm in Europe and America. Notice that the same method and laws are being harmed, and all of them are from Iraq, and this devil that invented it is I am nothing but just a citizen. I don't have anything in my hand, I don't have any organization, I don't have a tribe leader, I don't work in government, security, politics, nor followers, no money, I don't have anything in my hand, and I consider myself a person who lives in a region controlled by my enemy, so all my actions are in light of this fact, and I am not responsible for any a spy from Iraq visits me any adjective inside Iraq or makes someone of me with a follower or tribal leader or governor or position or status, etc.
Untie me, I say, please untie me. She was here.
She's not here, it is just a dream.
No! She's here. She is there. She was just there.
Ignore them. They are only voices.
Come to me, my love, my body.
Oh, you only delusions.
Do not leave me here, love. Do not leave